Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. I'm joined this morning by Laura Hoehn with the Livingston Educational Service Agency, and she's going to talk a little bit more about her specific role in that area. But welcome, Laura, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Janelle. I'm glad to be back.
Awesome, yes. So for those of you that may have tuned in just this past Sunday, we featured Laura over the summer, and we invited her back on our show because we were just talking, there's so many ongoing things that we have happening, and we want to make sure that our listeners are aware of these things that are going on right here in our community. And a special shout out to Andrea Stepien, who tuned in this past Sunday and left a terrific voicemail on, she tunes in every Sunday to listen to our show and just had wonderful things to say about the job shadowing experience, and that's what we get to talk a little bit about today. So I hope you're listening, and thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you sharing those experiences with us. I actually forwarded those voicemails to Laura as well.
Yes, Andrea, thank you so much. That really made my day too, and it was really cool to hear your story and the story of your children and how Job Shadow Day affected your kids and their future. So that's exactly the kind of thing we're hoping for. We can't wait to hear more testimonies from people in the county experiencing opportunities. So just in case you're not familiar, Job Shadow Day is a biannual event that we put on through our office at Livingston Educational Service Agency in our Career Development Department. And it occurs in the fall and the spring, and we invite employers from the county to have students come to shadow them for one day, and they can have as many students as they'd like, and they can set the hours for the shadow in whatever way works with their parameters. We have had a major success with this. We've been growing this over several years, and now we're at around 140 opportunities for students coming up March 11th. So it's really, really growing.
It's really exciting stuff, Laura, and I'm super excited to talk about this. But before we jump in too much, I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to share with listeners a little bit about some of the different things that you do at Livingston Educational Service Agency, aside from Job Shadow Day.
Absolutely. So I work predominantly with the counselors and with some of our teachers, our career technical education teachers, and our principals, and I help to create a bridge between students and employers. So we look out in the community for opportunities like our Job Shadow Day, but also a few other things like our Employer and Education Network, and then our Youth Employment Fair that is coming up. And we try to make those connections for employers and students and educators.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love hearing you explain it because it is kind of a very multifaceted position within our county, but it is, the work you do is so valuable, and we are so fortunate. I truly believe that we are so fortunate to have you and somebody in this role doing that type of work, because even from a chamber perspective, we work so hard to make sure that we're connecting our employers with different resources and looking to consistently bridge that gap, and how can we continue to bridge that gap between education and workforce. And that's essentially, you're doing it, you're living, you're breathing it, and we are so excited and thrilled to have you doing that right here in Livingston County.
Oh, thank you, Janelle. And I truly appreciate the partnership too with the chambers and with our employers in the community. We're in a great area that people are very open to connecting with students, and they see the value of teaching that future workforce to know what the opportunities are out there.
Absolutely. So you were sharing a little bit about when is Job Shadow Day, because you already hosted one in the fall.
Yep, so Job Shadow Day is March 11th, and we have over 30 employers participating this time, so very cool.
That is very exciting. So and this is where students actually leave the school and go on site, and they can sign up for, so you said you have 100 and some opportunities?
Yep, so there's about 140 opportunities. Students can sign up through a Google Classroom. They're going to do that on February 18th. I always joke that it's my opportunity to be Ticketmaster because we open the Shadow sign up at 8 a.m. and kids just flood in and try to grab as many of the opportunities that they're interested in as possible. There's some really awesome things this time around. Everything from Judge Bain at the 53rd District Court, who has students come and shadow him, to Brighton Ford, to Cobb Hall Insurance. So we have so many opportunities for kids, and so if you're interested in the future to be a part of this, we'd love to have you in as an employer and just continue to broaden this.
So that was going to be kind of my next or follow-up question. Is the window closed for employers to participate at this point?
Yes.
So when do you open that window up again for the following?
So we were looking at the end of October as our next one. So probably the beginning of September. Check back with us. We'll be doing it again.
But of course, if there's opportunities in between, I would encourage businesses in the area and region to reach out to you directly to just kind of see what maybe we can do to connect, or kind of, again, get students in to see what it looks like to do certain careers or to work in a certain specific field or industry, because it's so valuable.
Absolutely. We will take anyone at any time, and I just put you in my folder for the next slot. So if you are interested as an employer, please feel free to reach out to me. And if you are a parent or a student that's listening to this, I really encourage you to get in the Google Classroom and sign up for March 11th.
Awesome. So now we talked a little bit too about, kind of getting that next group of employers enrolled and engaged, and how would somebody, if they want to get engaged, sign up to get that information more on a regular type of basis?
Great question, Janelle, and just leads right into our Employer and Education Network. That is a QR code that we're going to share as a part of this broadcast, and it will basically lead employers to a questionnaire that finds out how employers are interested in getting connected with students, whether it is Job Shadow Day or if they'd like to start out with, offering a company tour or being a guest speaker, or even just connecting with us in our LinkedIn group, which we call the Employer and Education Network. It's the ampersand and if you get to be a part of that as an employer, you'll also be in the loop with all of our events that we have coming up through LinkedIn posts.
Awesome. So the platform that you guys utilize for that Employer and Education Network is LinkedIn. And the way that businesses can become involved is by just starting with the QR code that we're going to attach to this broadcast and our YouTube video that we'll be posting. And then once they fill out their questionnaire, it's then either approved or kind of vetted in that way, and then they can start receiving more information.
Absolutely. So we do run employers through a background check. We have students in our LinkedIn group as well, and they're minors, so we need to background check our employers. But we have features as a part of this LinkedIn network, so that once you're admitted into the network, not only will you see the events that we are doing, but you will also see our weekly features. So our first week of the month, we feature a program from our county, like our manufacturing program, our marketing program, some of the different cool classes and clubs that are a part of Livingston County. The second week of the month, we do a student and alumni spotlight. So we feature a student or alumni that has graduated or that is a part of our district, and what their hopes and dreams are for the future. Our third week is our company spotlight. So we feature what the benefits are of working for your company if you're our company feature. And then the last week of the month is our monthly job board. So employers can post jobs that they have open for all the students and educators that are in the network to see what's available.
Ooh, that sounds like a wonderful benefit, especially with the fact that I know that there's so many employers right now that are looking for extra support. So as far as that network goes, you mentioned the job board. What are some other kind of benefits of being a part of that network?
Well, you really get to see, as an employer, you really get to see the students that are coming up in Livingston County, and you also get a chance to share with those students what your business is like. We know it's all about who you know in this business, in the world, and really making those connections and becoming more familiar so that students, when they drive by your business, they'll know what's going on behind your doors, and also have a face to attach with a name so that maybe when they are ready for their next steps, which we're going to be talking about that in a minute too, about our employment fair, but they'll even be more familiar with you because they'll see your face as a part of this network and a vetted, trusted source.
Absolutely, and that just creates an incredible level of comfort and approachfulness and all of those things that I think that really help kind of just, again, build that relationship, that bridge.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned quickly the Youth Employment Fair. That's coming up on April 28th. Can you share some more information about that?
Yep, absolutely. So we will have another a registration form on our on this link about the Youth Employment Fair, April 28th. It is not your typical job fair. All opportunities we're looking for have to do with advancement and growth for students 16 and up. We will market this in our schools, particularly to our career tech ed programs and our early college, but actually to all students. It is open, and we would love to have employers be a part of that to be able to help growing their talent, and while we help our students grow their career. It's $75 a table, but you get a $25 discount if you are in the Employer and Education Network on LinkedIn. So just a benefit.
Awesome. Well, that sounds really exciting. Is this new?
Yep, we're just trying this out for our first time. We're excited because we really feel like there'll be opportunities for students. What we're hoping to find is internships, apprenticeships, part-time jobs, summer jobs, and full-time jobs. So all of that for our students that are 16 and up, and so that they have some opportunities to check out for their next steps.
And this is, I mean, across all industries, correct?
Correct. We are looking for everybody, all career clusters, and we really want you to highlight the benefits of working for you. So cross-training opportunities, job rotation, tuition reimbursement, certifications. We want to know about all of that to help market that for our students so they know about great places to work.
And when should businesses start looking for sign-up information, and is there a deadline to sign up for that?
The registration ends March 11th. So we'll give you another QR code and another registration form so that you can help to promote that, Janelle. And hopefully we'll get a lot of businesses that will be interested in being involved.
Absolutely. Well, as always, Laura, you share just an incredible amount of information. I'm so excited about these things that we have going on right here in Livingston County and the work that you're doing. Can you share real quickly your contact information with our listeners, so if they want to reach out to you directly to get involved, in addition to all of those links that are attached to this? But I would love it if you could just share your contact information quickly.
Absolutely. So my name in email is laurahn@livingstonesa.org. And then my phone number is 517-540-6807.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, I'm really excited to see some of these programs as they're coming up really quickly here. I mean, it's going to be spring before we know it. But thank you again for sharing with our members, our community, and we are really looking forward to having you back on the show to see how all of this went.
Yeah, me too. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
All right, great. And up next, we will have Eileen Zilch with Community Catalyst.